Hey, what's up everyone? This is Brandon, aka Spindle, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you guys how to make a kind of Zomboy stylish growl. So let me go ahead and give you guys a preview of what we're going to be making. Okay, so that's what we're going to be making. If you guys like it, stick around and learn how to make it. If you don't, just do whatever you're doing. So let's go ahead and load up an instance of native instruments massive into an empty MIDI track. And the first thing I'm going to do is go to the envelope, amplitude envelope, maybe lengthen the attack a little bit, bring up the sustain. Now go to your voicing tab and bring it up to 4 voices, turn it to monophonic, and go ahead and widen your stereo a little bit with the pan position. And then we're going to go over to oscillator 1 and load up a DigiCook 3 waveform. Turn this to a band minus. Turn the wavetable position all the way down, the intensity all the way down. Keep the amplitude all the way up. Go to your next oscillator and load up a DigiCook 2. Go ahead and put your wavetable position about 9 o'clock. Your intensity maybe a little bit above 9 o'clock. Turn this to band minus plus. Amplitude all the way up. And go ahead and bring this pitch up an octave. And then we're going to go to our third oscillator. Load up AI. And go ahead and turn this to a band minus plus. And go ahead and turn your wavetable position to around 9 o'clock, maybe a little bit above it, and same with the intensity. Then go to your modulation oscillator, click on phase, apply it to oscillator 2, and bring that up to about 9 o'clock, maybe a little bit below. And then your feedback knob, go ahead and bring that up a little bit. And now we're going to go ahead and go to our filters and go ahead and bring this up so it's in serial mode, which means that the signals from these oscillators are going to go through filter number 1, then through filter number 2, then to the out. So make sure this fader is all the way up, the second filter's fader is all the way up, and then this mix fader is all the way down to mix 2. Now go ahead and put an all pass on this filter. Bring your cutoff to about 11 o'clock. Your resonance up a little bit under 12. Then go ahead and assign a scream filter to your second filter. And bring the cutoff to about, say, 2 o'clock. Bring your scream up to about 11 o'clock and your resonance up to about 8 o'clock. So far we have something like this. So it sounds nothing like the final product, but we're gonna get there. Now we're gonna go ahead and go to the oscillator tab and maybe bring up the time knob a little bit. This really doesn't matter. It'll just help glide between notes a little bit better. And make sure this switch is on right here, and bring oscillator number 1's phase to 180. Keep oscillator 2 all the way to the left. Bring oscillator 3 all the way to the right. And then put your modulation oscillator to 180 also, just like oscillator number 1. So now we're going to go ahead and start applying an LFO to quite a bit of knobs. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the sync on and bring it to a half note. And I'm going to assign this to oscillator 1's wavetable position, turn it all the way up. I'm going to assign it to oscillator 1's intensity, bring it all the way up. Assign it to oscillator 2's wavetable position, bring it up to about 3 o'clock. Assign it to oscillator 2's intensity knob to about 1 o'clock. Now assign it to oscillator 3's wavetable position to about 12 o'clock, maybe a little bit past. Then go ahead and assign it to oscillator 3's intensity knob to about 3 o'clock. And now assign the same LFO to filter 1's cutoff to about 2 o'clock. And assign it to filter 2's cutoff all the way up. So now we have something that sounds like this. So we're getting there. So go ahead and turn your master down. I see it's clipping a little bit. Okay, then go ahead and assign a sine shaper to insert 1. And turn your dry wet up to about 10 o'clock. And then turn your drive up to about 10 o'clock. Now you don't have to, but you can assign some small reverb to it to make it sound a little bit more wide. Not too much, guys. And then you can go ahead and assign dimension expander if you want, just a little bit. Not much. And maybe go to your EQ and put a high shelf on it. So that sounds pretty close to the fundamental sound. Now I'm going to show you guys how to sequence it so it sounds like the one I showed you. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply LFO 6 to all the same knobs we applied LFO 5 to. So go ahead and just replace them. With LFO number 6. You guys don't have to do this. If you liked the version we were just playing, you can go ahead and keep it that way and just, you know, mess with it and tweak it yourselves. So now I'm going to go to LFO 6 and I'm going to change it to the performer. And make sure this fader is all the way up. Go ahead and sync your rate knob to 16th notes. And now you guys can load up any curves you want. I'm going to show you the sequence I just did. So I'm going to go to load curve and start assigning these different curves to certain sections of this sequence. And if you guys want, you guys can pause this and copy all my settings. Okay, so now it should sound something like this. And I actually use this in one of my tracks. It's a Vector Man theme song remake. And I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys an example of how I used it. And you kind of have to pay attention pretty closely. You can hear it in the background. Okay, so that's how I personally used a sound similar to this in one of my tracks. And I hope this helped you guys out, and I hope you guys can use this in some of your music. So if you like this tutorial, go ahead and do me a favor and hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Maybe follow me on SoundCloud and Facebook. The links are in the video description below. And I hope this helped you guys out. And take it easy, guys.